The Indian Racing Festival returns in 2024 and is more exciting than ever. New tracks, new team, and new team owners. Now, Indian Racing Festival is the umbrella under which the Indian Racing League and Formula 4 India race currently. In 2023, while the Indian Racing League completed their second season, Formula 4 India made its debut in India, making it the first FIA certified single-seater championship in the country. Are you someone who is excited about Indian motorsports but is a little clueless about this whole thing? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Wait, you know what? I know who's the best person to narrate this video.
Hi, I'm Soul Shah, the 2023 Indian Racing League champion, and you're watching Desi Co. And this is the Indian Racing Festival 2024 season preview. 2023 was a landmark year in Indian motorsports. The country hosted two world championships for the first time with Formula E in Hyderabad and MotoGP at the Budh International Circuit. Not just that, the Indian Racing League returned for its second edition and also had Formula 4 India running alongside. The country's first ever FIA sanctioned racing series as its support series. To know about the history of the Indian Racing League, we have to go back to 2019, when the series was known as the X1 Racing League. That was the first ever franchise-based racing series in the world. The X1 RL started in November 2019 with a total of 6 teams and 30 drivers, 4 full-time and 1 reserve, and had some big names in its driver lineup. Indian legends Gaurav Gill and Naren Karthikeyan raced for teams AD Racing Delhi and NK Racing Chennai respectively. The Mani brothers were on the grid as well, Arjun Mani driving for Bangalore Racing Stars and Kush for Mumbai Falcons. And I was the reserve driver for Mumbai Falcons in that season. The grid also had former F1 drivers Zita Antonio Luizzi and Alex Young driving for Hyderabad Blackbirds and DG Racing Ahmedabad respectively. Back then there were only 2 rounds. The first round was held in Budh International Circuit and the second at the Madras International Circuit, or as Madras Motor Racetrack as it was known back then. And the team's championship was won by Bangalore Racing Stars, while the drivers' champion was won by Kush Maini and Mikael Jensen in the Mumbai Falcons team. And then, as we all know, COVID came in 2020 and like everything else, X1RL also took a pause. But they came back a lot stronger in 2022, this time completely rebranded as the Indian Racing League and also featured a completely new car. They used the Formula BMW in the X1RL and now they're getting into the Wolf Thunder GB08, which we will get into later. And they also had a brand new format coming into the season. In 2023, Formula 4 India also joined the racing weekends. Now you know the history, so let's take a look at how the championship format for both Indian Racing League and Formula 4 India work. First up, with the Indian Racing League, the league consists of 6 teams representing 6 franchisee cities in India. This year, a lot of popular figures have also taken up ownership of the teams in the league. The Prince of Kolkata and the Indian cricketing legend Sourav Ganguly is now the owner of Kolkata Royal Tigers, which is also previously known as Godspeed Kochi. Bollywood stars John Abraham is the owner of Goa Aces, the team I race for, and Arjun Kapoor is the owner of Speed Demons Delhi. Telugu actor Naga Chaitanya is owner of the Hyderabad Blackbirds, and the Chennai Tabu Riders is owned by the Accord Group, which is considered to be one of the biggest business conglomerates of South India. Currently, Bangalore Speedsters is the only team without a team owner, so if you have the money, you still have a chance. The idea to have city-based franchises in the league is very similar to you see in most sporting leagues in India, such as the IPL and the ISL. But this is the only 4-wheeler motorsport series in the world with this concept, which is quite the feat. Each team has 4 drivers sharing 2 cars, so every car has a driver A and a driver B. The 4 drivers who make up the teams have to have 2 Indian drivers, 1 international male driver and a female driver. This is done so that the Indian drivers can learn from the experience of the international drivers and improve themselves. For example, the Super Formula driver Rahul Hyman, who is my teammate, and the 2016 WEC champion Neil Jani are some of the drivers that we get to learn from. And the female driver promotes gender inclusivity in the sport. The weekend format was something like this, where every round of the championship was 2 days long. Day 1 was driver A taking part in a practice, quali and a race session, the race being 20 minutes plus 1 lap long. And day 2, the driver would do the same thing. So every weekend, we had 2 qualis and 2 races. Formula 4, however, was a 1-team championship with all cars being run by MP Motorsport. But if you paint all the cars in MP Motorsport colors, don't you think it'll get confusing? Which is why all the IRL teams also have 2 cars from F4 assigned to them, which runs that team's livery. In Formula 4, the plan this year is to have 16 cars with 8 teams, So we have 6 IRL teams from Kolkata, Delhi, Goa, Hyderabad, Chennai and Bangalore already part of it. And along with them, there will be 2 new teams added, being Kochi and Ahmedabad. The weekend format is something like this, being a support series to IRL, F42 had 2 long day championship rounds. Each round had 1 practice, 2 qualies and 3 races. And I'm sure you had the question of why are there 2 qualies. So the grid for race 1 was set on the results of qualifying 1, and the race 2 was the race 1 results with the top 6 reversed, and the race 3 was on the basis of the second qualifying session. The car used in the Indian Racing League is the Wolf GB08 Thunder. It has a complete carbon fiber monocoque and it actually has a bike engine. It has the Aprilia RSV4 1-litre engine producing around 201 horsepower and it hits top speeds of 230 plus kilometers per hour. The Formula 4 car, on the other hand, is made by Miguel and is their latest Gen 2 cars. They also feature a complete carbon fiber monocoque with an Alpine engine, 1.4 litre turbo, producing 160 to 180 horsepower, and it hits top speeds of north of 210 kilometers per hour.
Wait, Soil, which car do you think sounds better, the IRL or the F4?
For me personally, it has to be the Indian Racing League car,
Well, fair enough, but you're probably biased because you drive the IRL car. How about we let the audience decide? We'll play the clips of both the cars and you tell us in the comments which sounds better.
The calendar announced for the 2024 season has pre-season testing and round 1 at the Madras International Circuit in Chennai and the round 2 at the new Chennai Formula Racing Circuit, which is also a street circuit, and it will also create history by hosting the first ever night race in India. The round 3 of the championship moves to Curry Motor Speedway in Coimbatore, while round 4 and 5 are scheduled to be in October and November. Venues are yet to be announced. The races will be live streamed on Star Sports and FanCode. If you're in Chennai or Coimbatore and want to go to watch the races live, you can buy the tickets from Paytm Insider. If you're still not convinced, get this. One weekend you get 5 races, 2 from IRL and 3 from F4. And from what we saw last year, all the races are action-packed. There's a lot of lockups, there's a lot of cars going off at times, a lot of rain to watch out for. What more could you ask for? So what does the future hold for IRL and F4 or IRF in general? Well, the organizing company, Racing Promotions Private Limited, also known as RPPL, is very ambitious with its plans to grow the sport in the country. Currently, IRL and F4 are part of the Indian Racing Festival, but in the coming few years, there is a plan to bring the Formula Regional India as well. This gives a proper structure for drivers from India who want to make it big in the world of racing, because the next step after the Formula Regional is the FIF3 Championship, which obviously happens alongside Formula 1 on the same weekends. This helps in making motorsports more accessible and affordable for us Indians. For example, F4 India is the cheapest Formula 4 championship anyone can do in the world. So all in all, the future looks bright. So there you have it, folks. That was the season preview for the Indian Racing League and Formula 4 by Desi Racing Co. What are your thoughts on the whole thing? Do let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're working on some very good videos for the future, Thanks for watching. This was Soul Shah. See you later.